Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So in this one, I'm actually going to be going over a topic that is kind of festered for a while. I've sort of addressed it before, not directly though, so I can understand that a lot of people maybe haven't seen it, but I'm going to try and put this to bed once and for all, and hopefully from here on out I'll stop seeing the same comments popping up all the time, and people can make their own decisions based on the information that's going to be provided within this video. So you're obviously all pretty much aware at this point the new unit we're going to get in the game is going to be Vega and Cammy, who are a dual unit. Now, if you're someone who uses Discord, who uses YouTube and reads comments and stuff, I'm pretty sure you will have seen by now at least one or two people who say it's unfair, or oh look, here we go again, they are taking a standard factional unit and they are changing it to something like a master, a legendary, or in this case a special summon, because this unit is available over on TW within the standard summoning pool, okay? And it is a topic that comes up quite often because it's happened with a few units where they have changed the unit to be something else. But I'm here today to tell you it's actually not as cut and dry as you might think. I'm going to go over right now why that is the case, and then you guys can feed back to me. Would you want it to be this way? Okay. So as you can see, Vega and Cammy, or Balrog as he is known in the TW version, they are both in the standard pool. Not only that, they are also available from this pool using factional tokens, right? And that is pretty much what everyone lusts after, and they think it should be the same for us. But there is a reason why people say you shouldn't really compare the two versions of the game. I'm going to show you what that reason is right now. Now, this is my account. I am on chapter 9, stage 20. Doesn't seem great, right? Do you know why? Because it's very difficult to make any progress. This is my account, right, at this point. Now you think back to when you were at round about this point. You would have had at least a few characters, maybe one, maybe two, but you would have had some in your squad who were at least triple S, double S, sorry. Some of you will have had characters that were triple S. The reason for that is because you got the opportunity to summon. Simple as that. You got the opportunity to summon. Doing your summons, you would have picked up new units, you would have picked up fodder, you would have picked up the ability to be able to level your units. Okay, no one can disagree with that. It's just how it is. However, on TW, the version that people keep comparing to, immediately on this stage you should be able to see something that's massively different. Okay, I'll give you a second. Have you seen it yet? I'll give you a hint. Just look right above my head at the end of the stages. What's not there? Tokens for clearing, right? In our version, every single time you cleared a set of stages, you got tokens. Those tokens gave you the ability to summon. Not only that, while clearing the stages, during your missions, when you hit certain milestone stages, you also got tokens which allowed you to summon. These two things you do not get on the TW version of the game. In fact, the TW version of the game, I probably have had, I want to say, around about 25% of the summons that I had on the global version at this point within the game. No joke. That's not an exaggeration. Honestly, it is. It's that rough. You literally have sometimes gone 2 chapters without having the ability to have enough to summon, right? And that is pretty consistent throughout the entire game. So in our version of the game, we get a lot more, both diamonds and tokens to allow us to summon, okay? And that's just the first thing. Now, what you'll also see is people will talk about here how they can pick up Evil Ryu, for example, from the store, and he is free to play because he costs you 60 tokens, you've got to do it 4 times and you've got yourself a copy of the unit. And that sounds easy, right? It does sound easy. But that is based on the global economy. On TW, they do not earn those Shadlow points at anywhere near the same rate that we do on global. They get nowhere near the same amount. Not only that, for clearing Shadlow, they do not get as many diamonds as we get. Which means, again, they do not have the ability to summon as much as we do. Okay? So, to those players, actually going into this pool and into this pool to summon is very difficult. And if they actually want to pull often, they need to spend. They have to, instead of buying special summon tickets, instead of buying divination tickets, they need to buy diamonds. They need to buy packs that have got arcade coins in them, because they do not earn them the way that we earn them. They do not get them the way that we get them. These units that are being added into these pools, they are not easy to get for these players. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time. They can't just quickly get units and max them out the way that we can from the factional pool. And the reason for that is the economy in this version is completely different to the version that we've got. Okay, so when you look at TW and you say they get this unit as a factional character, we should get this unit as a factional character, that would only make sense if we didn't get the currency that they got. And this isn't me defending anything, this is me just presenting the facts. The facts are, you're essentially comparing apples to oranges, because they're not the same. This version is completely different from our version. Not only do our units get buffed when they do take them out of this pool, right? So when they take the unit and remove them from this factional pool and turn them into either a master, an inferno, or a limited time unit, the units are fundamentally different. If we just take a look at Ibuki for talking sake, she's in the standard pool here. She is a normal wind factional unit. However, she is nowhere near as good a unit on this version as she is on our version. However, they still struggle to get her because they do not get summoning at the same frequency as we get to summon. Again, think about it this way. This is chapter 9, right? By the time that I got here on global, not only did I earn my multis, my 10 multis every single time I had cleared the stage, so that's 90 summons, so that's 9 multis. And remember, at the start of the game, you pull units all the time. They basically make your first, I think it's like 10 pulls or something, they make them give you an A rank character all the time. It's programmed in that it gives you characters easy. You'll get doubles and stuff like that. You'll do very well with your opening set of pools, right? Along with that, you also got them from missions as well. And you got your diamonds. There was so much currency available within the game that they do not have in this version of the game. So it means that if you are a player who is playing on TW, sure, you don't need to buy special summon tickets. But you do need to buy diamonds, you do need to buy arcade coins. Without those things, you're not going to get the chance to summon the same way that we get the chance to summon. So while it might seem good on paper, or unfair on paper, that they get the units in the standard pool, they don't get to summon in the standard pool all that often. Summoning for them is a rarity. It's not for us, and that's why we think we want that. But if we got that, they would end up stripping back our currency. We wouldn't get the opportunity to summon the way that we summon. All they've basically done is essentially handicap us the same way that TW is handicapped, but just in a different way. They don't get to summon as much. We don't get to summon the units in the standard pool that we get most currency for. Instead, we've got to do things like exchange tickets for the special summoning pool, buy divination tokens, use our diamonds on the divination pool, that type of thing. But ultimately, our version, it is more rewarding to play. Events give better rewards. You get, what do you call them? Codes. Not very often, right? But you do. You get codes. Your login rewards are better. we actually do make out better, sorry, than the TW version. So when it comes to this whole argument of they get this, so we should get this, it's not as cut and dry as that, because the games are so different. They really, really are. And honestly, having played TW, our version is so much better. It is so much better, because you want to be able to summon. You do. That is it. You want to be able to push content. When you're spinning your wheels all the time and you just feel like you're never moving on from the start of the game, not even end game, the start of the game, it just feels like there's no goal, there's no reward there. And that is the problem. People look at this version without looking at the full picture. They love to jump into comment sections and say things like, oh, well, that unit should be free. It's not as simple as that, because again, even if you get lucky and you manage to pull that unit, that new unit on your first pull, the fact that you're not getting to summon regularly, you're not picking up your Codys, you're not picking up your Ibukis, your Sakuras, units like that you can use as food to get those characters leveled up, because you just don't get to summon as often. So ultimately what I'm trying to get at here is the games are so different that it doesn't matter that these versions, or this version in particular, has a certain unit as a factional unit. If we get the unit, it's a better version of the unit. At least we get currency where we can summon for it. At least our game is a bit more rewarding. If you beat stages, if you beat challenges, you get more currency to allow you to try and go for these units. Here you don't. You tell me, what's better? I don't know the answer. To me, I think our version is better, because at least we have the opportunity to go for these units. At least we've got the opportunity to summon and see who we get. Whereas over here, you're lucky if you can get enough currency twice in a week to do 2 pulls. And to me, that's pretty poor. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I've been Hayzink. Again, that's my progress. That's it. It's just not what you think it is. And it's not as rewarding and as easy as people would lead you to believe on the other version. It is literally a case of the grass is greener, but it's really not. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.